Cafe Anywhere.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yeah, got a little busy. I think last one I did, what was that? That was on Monday. So here we are, Thursday.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I tried to do a podcast on Tuesday. Then things got fast and got crazy. And I couldn't. And then I went along and did some more stuff that I shouldn't. No, I did. I didn't do anything I shouldn't. I was very good. I was good to people. I was a good driver. I didn't cause any accidents, so
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Overall, I think I was a good person, human being. That's what we need
Mike's
more of
Daily
on this planet,
Podcast.
and so on.
Yeah!
I guess that's pretty much the beginning of the show. Did we get a lot out of the beginning of the show? Was that profound in any way? Did we learn stuff? Did we learn about, good tips, life hacks? Is that what we call them now? Life hacks? Don't we hate hackers? Didn't they do the whole thing where they got into the oil company and then we had to pay more for gas? Well, not us here on the West Coast. We always have to pay more for gas. But those poor people on the East Coast, the most they pay for gas is unbelievable. They pay, let's say, $2 for gas. Okay, we actually had to pay over $2, I heard someone say. We had to pay over $2 for gasoline. Wah. We would love it here in California. We would be absolutely jumping for joy and not being disgruntled as we usually are if we could just pay at the pump $2 or anything under $3. But no, today, or what was it? A couple days ago, I paid, I guess about $3.95. So I got it under $4.
And here's today's podcast picture,
which is unbelievable in the Bay Area. It's just the grass is always greener, right? However, the program that I enjoy watching, that's called A Yankee in the South, and Will and his wife Dawn, they go to all these interesting places. They eat a lot. They eat the food that I wish I could eat, but I can't. And the bills always come out to stuff that looks it's comparable to California. I mean, in San Francisco, you pay crazy prices. Isn't that right, Basil? Aw, Basil the boxer. He used to bark at me and then play. Because boxers like to play, folks. You got to be more playful in your life. That's right. We get too serious. We get to, hey, ha. That's what we get like. We don't take time to be playful because, see, we're so full of stress. We're so full of, this is everything that I have to do. This is all stuff that I need to do, all this stuff. But what you need to do is be more playful. Yes. There is an actual website called The Genius of Play that I've just clicked on. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. It wants me to sign up for their newsletter, of course, which I will tell them promptly to no. No, I will not. Let's see. Here's what they say. Having time for play is as important for adults as it is for children. So make play a part of your day. Here are 10 tips for being more playful. By the way, the podcast picture, it's coming up. You put too much pressure on me, folks. Person listening. Give me a minute. Oh, shoot. And I didn't even go to the stuff that should I talk about that? Oh, by the way, real quick, happy birthday out to Ken. He listens to this podcast from time to time. He's been on the podcast. So I would say happy birthday to you. Stay or move to the UK. Hong Kong locals are facing a hard choice as China reshapes the city. Some are thinking about going to the UK. First-time investors playing the stock market. What do they... Novice traders are more sophisticated than veterans might expect. A boom in the first-time investors happened because of the pandemic, thanks to more disposable incomes and a sharp drop in share prices when the coronavirus struck. One crazy young person who still has all his hair said, "My goal was to invest for the long term in quality companies and tracker funds. I only put my money into the market the money that I could afford to lose." I have put 90% of my portfolio in U.S. cinema chain AMC Entertainment, which hedge funds are betting will fall in value. See, I don't understand. Now we're got into a territory I'm just lost. But there you go. That's what people do with their moolah. And now I can delete this because I was holding on to it for the longest time. There was something else I was going to get to that I saw something... No. Oh, yes. Judge Judy. You heard about this. She's done. She had just inked like one of the biggest deals in television history. And now she's ending it after 25 years. That's interesting. It's like it's almost as if she was banking on them, not banking on her. I'll ask for some crazy amount of money. And then she got it. Now she's leaving. This year's Summer Olympics might be the United States' last chance of dominating the global competition. Really? The U.S. team that arrives at the Tokyo Olympics is expected to win a lion's share of medals, comfortably more than any other country. But what will happen at the 2024 Paris Games? Or, yes, the Olympics are coming to L.A. again in 2028. I lived near Los Angeles when they last came to L.A. That was in 1986, 85, 84. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we were bringing Mike's Daily Podcast. Somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Yes, and I watched the final soccer game. The final football match. And it was held at the Rose Bowl, I remember. All right. So I got to that story, and now I'm deleting it. Men's health. This I pulled from the latest Costco. Meet Mr. Jones. He's the average adult male. Married with 2 kids, hasn't seen his doctor in more than 2 years. It's not just about him, but about the large number of men who avoid going to their doctor. According to a 2019 Cleveland Clinic survey, 2/3 of men avoid going to the doctor. On top of this alarming statistic, of the men who do not see their doctor annually, 20% aren't forthcoming about their symptoms. That can leave men susceptible to silent conditions such as blood clot pressure, prostate or skin cancer, or diabetes. Wow. Yeah. It's good to just spill your guts, as it were, to your doctor. Give them all the info. Give them too much information. I'm sure there are lots of doctors hearing this because there are a lot of people that listen to this. So many. So I can't even count all of them. I wish there were people listening to this. Anyway, cafe anyway. Yeah, you got to be honest. Everything. Write it down. I say if you got a doctor's appointment, that regular free maintenance type exam that they give for some insurances, and some insurance companies do this. Start writing. Have a piece of paper lying around, or put it in your phone. Just start. Oh yeah. I want to ask him about this. I want to ask him about that, and then have it there and have it ready to go. I may actually quit my doctor that I have now because she rushed me so bad. I had a list and she was like, okay, next one. And I don't think she was really listening to me. And that kind of irritates me. All right. It should have irritated me, and I should have talked about it on my podcast long ago. And I should talk to her about it. I should say, what are you doing? Why are you rushing me through? I know that like the Kaisers and the Sutter Healths and all the whoever big chain med person company's watching you, whatever med company you're with, they're probably rushing you too. But you got to just tell them, stop. Listen to me. What can you tell me? And I did. I think I got all the questions out that I wanted to ask. Because in the end, I did get a lot of information. And then she wants to do this and that with me. And I'm like, heck no. And I had a doctor. This is like, I want to say like almost 15 years ago. I had a doctor in Alabama wanted to put me on Lipitor. I was still in my 30s and he wanted to put me on Lipitor. And I said, heck to the no. And I'm going to try to get my weight and cholesterol in the right zone. Auto zone. And no, they're not sponsoring the show. I take that back. But the podcast picture is the wonderful Basil the Boxer at Half Moon Bay. This is a picture from, let's see, 3 years ago. How time goes by. Okay, you can't really hear that. There's a TikTok going on there. It's funny. Real quick. How to be more playful. Host a podcast. That's one way to get playful. Use scheduled time to be creative, to daydream, reflect, and decompress. Appreciate playtime, whether it's alone or with other adults or with children or with your boxer. Basil the Boxer, as you will see it. The late, great Basil. Mike'sDailyPodcast.com, that podcast picture. Smile and laugh like you mean it. Smile like you mean it often throughout the day. Try new things and experience the unexpected. Participate in a variety of arts, sports activities whenever you can to expand your horizons. Make mental connections. Like, how else can I do this? What else can this do? What? Ask questions like, what did that sentence just mean that Mike was saying? Find other ways to drive home. Wait. No, that's challenging your mental. I heard that once. If you take the same route to work every day, the same commute, you should change it up. It makes your life interesting and it makes your brain work better, apparently. Sing and dance just for the fun of it. Spend time with children in your life, observing them as they play, listening to their conversation, following their train of thought. You can learn a lot from a child. For the meek shall inherit the earth, the young, nothing is close to heaven as a child, whatever that was. That famous saying. Cultivate a happy, joyful, positive attitude full of gratitude for even the smallest everyday things. Very, very good. And finally, plan to make play part of your day, whether it is indoor or outdoor, solo or social, active or quiet. Incorporate it somehow in your life every day. And sing, dance like nobody's watching. Sing like nobody's there. Even if nobody's there, sing like there's nobody there. Sing out loud. Like Karen Carpenter said, look who's here. Outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Hello, Michael Matthews, Madame Rootabega, and I love the whole thing you are saying about playing and singing and all of that. Ooh! And do you like Thai food? Yes. Do you like the podcast? Yes. Do you want it to end? No. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, you're looking at your cell phone and not talking to us, and we feel really neglected. That's rude there.
Yeah, rude. Do you know that? Well, I got to call Top Thai, and I got to get my dang Thai food because I was going to do that, and I'm running behind. Next show, it's going to be the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer. What do you think about all this? You can call me 336MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM is in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast will try to be yet again. Top Thai, Castro Valley. So I'm going to call them and make my order deal, and I hope you guys have a great day. Yay.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
And that was episode 2250, 2250. Catch past podcasts at mikesdailypodcast.com.